Is breaking news from Channel 7 Eyewitness News.
And that breaking news this morning, a deadly mass shooting in Harlem.
As many as 9 people shot, one of them killed. We have team coverage this morning.
Eyewitness News reporter Candace McCown is live at the hospital where the victims are being treated. But first, we go to Derek Waller, who's live at the scene in East Harlem. Derek?
Ken, Charlene, a chaotic scene here at 5th Avenue and West 139th Street. And behind me, you can see where this happened, where the media is actually set up at this overpass across the FDR Drive. That's where we're expecting a press conference shortly with police to update us on this mass shooting that happened overnight. Take a look at this video that we got from overnight. This is some crazy video showing people running on this overpass, a large police presence around 12:35 in the morning. As you mentioned, 9 people shot, 1 person is dead, 4 people were transported from the scene, and then several other people actually showed up at Harlem Hospital on their own. So there's a lot that we don't know right now, but we do know that 9 people got shot here at this what appears to be some sort of gathering happening at a park on the other side of the FDR Drive. And we spoke to some people overnight who were here. Listen to what they had to say.
I feel like it's just only going to get worse. You know, you got protesting going on, you got all this other stuff, but then the protesters not focused on the black crimes that is being done towards each other, you know what I'm saying? So until that gets attacked, it's just going to keep on getting worse.
Morning at about 12:40 a.m., police responded to numerous reports of people shot at East 139th Street and 5th Avenue. Upon arrival,
it sounds like that pressure is happening right now.
Shot on the footpath along the FDR, just under the Madison Avenue Bridge. All 5 victims were transported to area hospitals by EMS. 4 other victims were transported to the hospital by private means. There were a total of 9 people shot, 2 females and 7 males. A 21-year-old male was transported to Lincoln Hospital, where he was pronounced deceased. This investigation is ongoing. We are looking for anyone with information. We know that there were a lot of people out there. We need them to call 1-800-577-TIPS. Thank you.
1 or 2 questions?
Do you know the circumstances? Were these people, were they gathered for something beforehand? Do you know anything about?
So that's what we have to look into. It's very, very early. It's only a couple hours old. We just think it was a gathering, a barbecue to that nature, but we have to look more into that.
There were also reports that there had been a large crowd that had been dispersed earlier. Can you give us any more information about that?
I don't have information on that right now.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. Any thoughts on any idea about number of shooters?
Police say that this happened around 12:30.
Okay, so that was the press conference that's happening right now. Candace McCown is actually at Harlem Hospital right now with more on some of these victims. Candace?
Yeah, and Derek, as you said, some of those victims were able to walk or either get private transportation here to Harlem Hospital, which is just blocks away from the scene of this shooting. Now, I spoke to a father of a teen who was actually at this gathering, his daughter telling him that this was some type of Father's Day Juneteenth celebration, and that is when everyone heard the gunshots. Listen to what he had to say.
According to what one of the teenagers said, it was out of nowhere. But the thing that needs to be on record is, according to most of the teenagers, where it's normally held, law enforcement shifted it to a more isolated area, which in my opinion is not a good look, because people hide in the dark. They don't do things in the light.
Yeah, and again, Harlem Hospital just blocks away from that shooting scene and where some of those victims arrived here after that shooting. That father saying that getting this call from his daughter was scary, as any parent can imagine. Now, thankfully, she was not injured, but her friend was, and they are here at the hospital. Shootings like this are the fear of law enforcement and the mayor as we get into those summer months. Shootings were down 30% over the past months, and NYPD has been working to get guns off the streets, but still they're anticipating the number of shootings to go up. They shifted officer hours and taken some of those officers off of desk duty to have more people on the street. But again, a lot of people here, many of those victims here at Harlem Hospital this morning, recovering, assessing the amount of injury that they have here this morning. But again, that 21-year-old did die at Lincoln Hospital. We know at least one of those victims is here at Harlem Hospital this morning. Of course, we're going to find out more and bring it to you in the next half hour.